Solid. Right. Okay, I'll take your questions in the room. Also, we'll go over the spring break, the whole spring break controversy. Of course, black people went down to Florida and did exactly what white people do. And as in all things, white people are mad. White people consistently get mad whenever black people follow the exact same bad habits that they all have. You think they'd support the UPK and Commander General Yohana because we break blacks and Hispanics out of white bad habits. That, in essence, is all we're trying to do. We have a bad habit of eating pork and eating shrimp and going into sexual deviance. We break blacks and Hispanics out of that bad habit. We have a bad habit of going to spring break and acting like animals. That bad habit came from white people. And we would break them out of that bad habit. We'll go into that as well as any other topics you might need, all right? I'll take the questions online if you got them, all right? Shalom, warrior.
No questions as of yet, sir.
Sorry. Let's go into this. Bear with me. Any questions in the room? You just let me know, all right? Go ahead, sis.
How do you overcome fear of people in the world who have demons on us and they try to instill fear and anxiety? And how do you deal with that? Not to be afraid, but to be courageous.
Okay, I'll tell everyone what your question is to make sure they heard it. The sister asked, how do you fight fear of people in the world who have demons on them so that you cannot be afraid? I'm sorry. If you don't mind, I'd like to have it throughout, brother. I tell the brother I appreciate it too, and throughout, all right? How do you fight the fear of people in the world with demons on them, all right? So that you cannot be afraid, but be courageous. Give her a hand. And I'll give you the precept on it, all right? Should also get the lights fixed in this room, all right? I'll let the brothers know. These lights lit up more than they are. Okay. I'll give you some of the go-to precepts. Go to 1 John, the 4th chapter. 1 John 4. Sorry. Start at 1 John 4 and 2, all right? You let me know when I have questions, all right? 1 John 4 and 2. Let the young brother read right here, if you don't mind. I'm sure. What's your rank up?
Trooper, sir.
Trooper. Let the trooper read, please.
Sir. The book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 2. Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High.
Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High. Meaning, there are so many people all around today, and it was the same way thousands of years ago. So many people that profess to have the Spirit of God, right? Everyone says that God is in them. God has me doing this. God has me saying this. I'm doing this because God told me to. God led me to do this thing. Now think how many times you can hear that in today's society. Imagine how much you heard it 6,000 years ago. You heard it constantly. Everyone says that they have the, please?
Spirit of the Most High.
Everyone says they have the Spirit of God, the Spirit of the Most High. But this is how you actually know who has it. And that's something I appreciate. And that's something important to remember when you're young in the truth or when you're a woman. It's important to remember that people lie about their relationship with God. And it's something that is difficult to understand when you're young or when you're a woman and you're made to accept and to have peace. And what you don't understand is that people lie about their relationship with God. So we need a way to be able to tell who's lying and who's telling the truth. Everybody understands. Go ahead.
Every spirit that confesses that Yahushua, the Christ, is come in the flesh is our God.
The Lord said, every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ, Yahushua, the King of Israel, has come in the flesh is of God. Every spirit. So anyone who confesses that Jesus has come in the flesh is of God. Now, Christ said this. Christ said, depart from me with your salakia. Christ said, depart from me, for you honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. That's Christ said those words. Shalom, boy. Christ said those words. So now, if Christ said those words, then what is the confession that must be made? What flesh are we talking about? I know for a fact that whosoever confesses that Christ has come in the flesh, that person is of God. But Christ said, depart from me. I never knew you. You honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. So then what's the obvious question you have to ask about this precept? What is the confession and what is the flesh? You understand? You understand, Sawana? So what's the confession? A confession is something that you do even though it could bring harm to you. Even though there could be repercussions. You can look up the word confession if you want, all right? You do something that you do it knowing that in doing it, you could pay. You could be punished. Now, what is the confession that you have to make to know that Christ is in you, that you are with Christ? Who knows? By obeying the commandments. Give her a hand. Now, how do you know for a fact that the confession is not done with your mouth? The confession is done with your heart. Christ said, depart from me, for you honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. So a real confession is done with your heart. Now, how does God know what's in your heart? He knows what's in your heart by what you do. That's how you reveal what's inside of you. If I say, I love you, I love you, I love you, but then I rob you and sleep with your wife, my lips are lying. My heart is an adulterer and a thief. Well, the confession that God wants is for you to confess with your actions that you serve him and none other. And that is the confession that the UPK teaches. It's the only confession we make. We confess to the world that we are with him. We stand with him. We obey his laws, his commandments. And because we make that confession, what happens? Who could blow my mind with the answer? Because we keep the law. Don't eat pork. Don't eat shrimp. Don't celebrate Christmas. Don't celebrate Halloween. Don't celebrate birthdays. Love each other. Help each other. Defend the homeless. Defend the slaves who died without justice. Because we do those things that God told us to do, that's our confession. What happens because we make that confession? Sawana, give her a hand. And that is what a confession is. That thing that you do, that if you do it, people hate you. It's a repercussion, which is why it's called a confession. Someone look up, please. Look up. Do it on your own time, all right? It'll say it when you look it up. It causes you to have a negative repercussion. Now, because you confess this, there is a negative. There's a punishment. And we're punished for not eating pork. We're punished for not celebrating Christmas. Right. We're punished for not celebrating Valentine's Day. Right? You had the Negroes down there in Miami tearing up the entire beach because that is the tradition of spring break. That's the holiday. The holiday is going and getting drunk and flashing your breasts. And of course, when blacks and Hispanics do it, they shut down the city. This is a terrible thing. When this is what they've been taught to do by their oppressor, But we confess that we don't celebrate spring break. We don't do those things. And we're called the cult. But we make the confession nonetheless.
Right.
You understand, right?
Oh, God.
Who's now read it from the top. This is how you know who's in the spirit.
Come on. Verse 2 from the top. Hereby know ye the spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahushua the Mashiach is come in the flesh is of God.
Every spirit that makes that confession, that spirit that is of God. Meaning every spirit that obeys the Lord in his heart, meaning sincerely, that person is of God. You understand? And that's why, once again, I've been trying to tell you, there is no religious group that is actually following God except for the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Give it a hand.
Right.
Out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. How do I know that? Because of what they say? Because of their preaching, because of their classes. I know it because of what they do. And you know who we are because of what we do. Please believe it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And every spirit that confesseth that the not that Yahushua
Again, and every spirit.
And every spirit that confesseth that not that Yahushua
Again, don't pause before confessing. Read it straight through.
and every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus
Pause
Christ.
again. No pause. Again.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua.
Paused again. No pause. Every spirit that confesseth not. Just like that. Again.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua the Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of the Most High.
Give him a hand. Well done, true. That's it. You do it like that on the street, you'll make the point. You get the point. Pauses matter when you're reading something in the street. You change the context. You get the point. And that is the perfect context. Every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. Done. So anyone that is not making this confession, who is not making this confession? Everyone outside of the school. Right. Everybody. Right. You should hear the filth that goes on in these fake Israelite groups. It'll hurt your stomach. You won't be able to eat afterwards. It's disgusting. How do I know? They call me and tell me. They call me on the phone and tell me. People in the damn group. Everybody knows that. Right. How do you know what's going on in church? Everybody knows because you came out of the church and your grandmother goes to church and you were in the church when you were committing sin. Look at Kirk Franklin's son. Look at Kirk Franklin. Look at T.D. Jakes. Look at the Catholic Church, a bunch of pedophiles that worship idols. That's the entire goddamn religion. Idol worshiping. When they're not worshiping idols, they're destroying some young child. Right. I know them not because of what they say, not because of the sermons, but because of what they do. They don't confess that Jesus Christ has come in. I didn't get this part for you, Salakia. What's the flesh? Every spirit that prophesies that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. Every spirit that confesses, every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. Every spirit that confesses not that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. What's the flesh? Sawana. Us, my flesh, give her a hand. That's exactly what it is. You have to confess that he has come in you, your flesh. How do you know that Jesus Christ lives in here? The Spirit of Christ lives in here. By how I treat you. That's how you know. By what I do for you or against you. By how I treat you. That man that slept with your wife, Jesus Christ doesn't live in him. Everybody understands that. That sister that commits adultery on her husband, Jesus Christ doesn't live in her. That Catholic priest that molests your son, Jesus Christ, he's not making that confession that Jesus Christ lives in him because he does not. So he's a child molester and he will be loved by the society. Loved. He's a homosexual, he will be loved. He's a thief and a liar, he will be loved. He won't have a repercussion. Jesus Christ is not in him, not in his flesh. So he'll be fine here. When we who make the confession that Jesus Christ lives in here now will be hated. He that confesseth that Jesus Christ has come in your flesh. That's the flesh that we're speaking about in this precept. Everybody understands? I'm going to prove it in a second. I'm just preparing you with it right now. But in a second, it's going to say it right here. All right, continue.
Verse 3 at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And this is that spirit of Antichrist.
That spirit of what?
Antichrist.
So the people who don't have Christ in their heart, in their spirit, meaning they're not doing the things that Christ would have them do. Not only does the spirit of Christ not live in those people are what? Against him.
Right.
You get my point? And that is why we roll the way we roll in the UPK under command of General Yohana, because we understand something that you sodomites and Christians don't know. The people who are in the world are not just outside of the UPK, but they're against you. They're against us. They would actively fight to destroy the kingdom of God. And sometimes you don't understand that. Why? Because it's your mom, it's your best friends, and you look at them like Shalom, and you look at them like, well, no, they're not in the truth, They're not in the truth, but, they're wonderful and still good. All right, I hear you. When that same person goes in front of a judge and says he's in a cult, then you'll know just how your mama is or your wife is. You don't see them yet, most of you, because you don't make the confession. But once you start making the confession, someone who you absolutely love is going to show you that not only are they not in the school, but they hate it and are against it. This is that spirit of Antichrist. What does it mean to be anti something? I believe you know. To be against it. Right. Against it. Christ lives in here. Christ does not live in them. How do you know? What they do. Not only is Christ not in them, but they hate the fact that Christ is in you. They cannot stand it. It convicts their spirit every time you don't smoke weed. It drives them crazy. Every time you turn down pork, you'll see the look in their face like, why? You don't want any? Why don't you want any? Damn, I just don't want any. Like, what if you're full? What if you just are not hungry? But if you turn down pork, it will be a what? You don't want it. You want this blunt? No, I'm good. What? What, you a Muslim? What's going on with you? Why don't you want any? Can I just not want any? Is that possible? No, you cannot just not want any. You better take some. You're ruining my day by not sinning. Sawana.
They even get upset, angry from your face.
Listen, I've offered people spinach. They don't want any. They don't like spinach. They don't like broccoli. I got some broccoli. You want some broccoli? No, I'm good. All right, more broccoli for me. Right? That's fine. You don't want any. Can you imagine giving a day, carrot, that somebody doesn't want broccoli? You want to buy this pizza? No, I'm good. All right. Why would you care? But they do care. And everybody knows what I'm saying because you've been through it. Well, you're just saying, I'm good. No, I don't want to smoke that. No, I'm fine. I'm straight. No, I don't want to eat that. And you'll know who the enemy of Christ is in that moment. Everybody understands. Keep going.
Wherefore ye have heard that it should come.
Are we in verse 4?
Still verse 3, sir.
Okay, keep going.
Wherefore ye have heard that it should come, and even now already it is in the world.
You've heard that it should come, and even now already it is what?
In the world.
It is what in the world?
It is in the world.
It is what the world?
It is now already it is in the world.
I want you to emphasize in. And now it is what?
In the world.
Now it is what?
In the world.
Now it is what?
Already in the world.
So if you're looking for the spirit of Antichrist, where is it? Ashtuah. What does that mean? That's the problem. It is in the world. So I'm looking for the spirit of Antichrist. How would I find it? I'm looking for it. I want to know where is the spirit that is against Christ, against Yahushua, sis. Give her a hand. Exactly. Like, you could be looking for the spirit of Antichrist, and you think you see a ghost in your room. You think that's the devil. You know, that's what knocked over that bookcase. You know, the Antichrist or this and that. It's not. It's the wind, all right? It's nothing.
Right.
But if you're looking for people if you're looking for the spirit that's against Christ, it's in people. It's in the world. It's in them. Keep going.
Verse 4. Ye are of the Most High.
You are of God. Keep going.
Little children, and have overcome them.
And you have overcome them. Let me know when we get to verse 4, all right? Okay, you read it from the top.
Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them.
Who is the them? Same brother, read it.
The world.
The Antichrist, but I'll take world, give him a hand. Remember, right above it, read right above it. You read something right above it. Go ahead.
And even now already it is in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on, sir.
Keep going.
Ye are of the Most High.
You are of the Lord, meaning you are not of the world. What does it mean to be of something? Who knows? By definition. Christ said, be ye not, Salaki, be ye in the world, but not of it. Most people have heard that precept from Christ. Be in the world, but not of the world. What does that mean? True.
I would say don't do what the world does.
Don't do what they do, but be in the world. What does that mean?
Function around.
1 second. Be here. Live here. You live in Mexico. You live in Guatemala. You live in Haiti. You live in America. You live in Trinidad. You're there. You're there with them, but you don't act like them. That's your burden. To be right on that block where they sell drugs. But they don't sell it to you. You understand?
Right.
You don't sell drugs. That's your burden. Be in the world, but not of it. To be of something means that you do the things that the common person from this place does. Now read that part again.
Top 4, sir.
Please.
Ye are of the Most High.
So we are, what do? We are of God, which means what about our conduct, sis? Give her a hand. That's what we do. Now, no one else in my family does. No one else in my neighborhood does. No one else on my block does. But I do. Because Christ lives in me. And I make the confession. And they hate me for it. Keep going.
And have overcome them.
We have overcome them. Who is the them? The people in the world who are against Christ. We're victorious over them, man. Can you imagine how we've even survived this long? Being alone here in this hell. Since 1969. We survived here. Martin Luther King did not. But we did. We're here. We're right here. The doctrine of the Christian church has turned on its head since the 60s. Can you imagine that? Women couldn't teach. Women could not teach in the Christian church at all. And they didn't integrate. There was black churches, white churches. They didn't mix. They were the fathers of the civil rights movement where they fought and where men were in charge. And men were the champions of the black community. Now look at it. Now look at the gospel singers. Men, there are people in church that in 40, 50 years ago, black men would have never stomached that type of person being in that church. Ever. Hispanics would have never stomached the kind of people that are in church now. They changed. They're not the same. And here we are, exactly the same since 1969. Barakatah Yahweh Wa Yahweh. No different breakdowns, no different teachings, nothing. We dress the same, act the same, talk the same, do the same exact things. How is it done? I'll tell you how. Because we have overcome them. We won. And we fought all of them. Every last one of them. The government, the criminals, the drug dealers, the Muslims, fake Israelite groups, Christian churches, the Catholics, the politicians, crooked cops, all of them we fought. And we overcome them. And I'll explain why. Keep reading.
Because greater is he that is in you.
So I want you to slow down. And I want you to emphasize what word?
You.
In. I want you to emphasize in. Read again.
Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
What did I say earlier about that confession? When the Bible says that Jesus Christ, that whosoever confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. The flesh they're talking about is you. You're the flesh. And why do we win these battles? Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Who is the he that's in the world? Blow my mind with getting the answer right. Trooper.
The Antichrist.
Give him a hand. That's who is in them. And who is in the UPK? Christ. And that's why you can't F with us.
Right.
That's the whole reason. It's not our strength or our numbers or, the fact that we're, so violent, because we're not. Right? It's because coming up against us is coming against God. You'll see. You'll see. All right. Next question. Also, you need these precepts for this random Christian that believes that the confession is, I love you, Jesus. A random Christian thinks this precept means you always have to say, that's why rappers and celebrities, when they get an award, they say, the first thing I want to do is thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because without him, nothing is impossible. Now let me sing my song, Wet Ass Vagina.
Right.
Okay. So you get the point. That's why they do that, because of this precept. They think they always have to talk about God because they think that the confession is their mouth and the flesh is Jesus Christ came in the flesh. He's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. They think that the flesh is his. When the flesh that Jesus has to come in is yours. He has to live in here. Then you wouldn't be so wicked and so disgusting and such a drug addict.
Right.
All right. Question.
Brother asks, Salak is if I may, what would be the modern day equivalent of Baal?
The God in the Christian church. That's Baal. The Christianity is a pantheon, right? A pantheon is a Roman concept. The same way they have churches today, right? Dedicated to Buddha, dedicated to Allah, right?
Right.
The Romans had places called pantheons, meaning all gods were worshipped in one building. You can go research this on your own. They had many of them. So there were people who came from all over the world because they were occupied by the Roman Empire and under Roman oppression. But when they came to Rome, there was a building where all of them could worship in the same place. Those pantheons are now Christian churches. When you go into a church, what's God's name? Whatever name you call him. That's every God. What's your concept of God? You can worship the God of your understanding. That means every God is all the same. That's a pantheon. The word pan means all, thea or means God. So you can go into church and worship every God right in there. Right? If one person sits next to you and they believe that, homosexuality is wrong. Another person sits next to you and believes he should be homosexual and God made him that way. And you can be on the same choir. You can worship God the way you see him, the way he has led you. And you can worship God the way that he leads you. And what's God's name? It doesn't matter what you call him. He can be Allah, he can be Buddha, he can be Jehovah. It's all the same God. Why? Because the Christian church worships all gods in the same building. And it's a Roman concept. Ashtua.
If I could too, that's why we always tell people that be like into something else, they think they in Egyptology or they into something else or whatever they into, we can tell them y'all all
Everybody, since 1969, everybody's Christian.
right.
If you've never walked into that church, you're a Christian. Atheists celebrate Christmas. You know that, don't you? Everybody does. They all do the same thing, all of them, because every God is accepted in the God of Christianity. Everybody gets the point, right? What was this question again? Is that it?
That was it.
Solid. Next question.
Sister asked, I get a breakdown of Hosea 4:14.
Go ahead.
Book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that do not understand shall fall.
And what's the question?
General breakdown, sir.
This is just, this, you know what this is? This is something I love, me as a man, because I love many things that are punitive and cruel. This is you getting exactly what you want. You understand, right? You're getting what you want. There was a time in the nation of Israel where we were coming out of Egypt, and we rebelled against the authority of Moses because we didn't have any food. Salakia, we didn't have any meat because we had plenty of food. The Most High gave us the manna from heaven, and we were able to make bread out of that manna, and we had all we needed. Eating bread, eating bread, eating bread, eating bread. You know what we said? Damn, when we gonna get some meat? I'm sick of eating all this bread. I'm tired of eating bread for every meal. And we rebelled against God because we wanted a variety in our diet. We rebelled against God. You know what the Lord did? The Lord brought a wind in that pushed quails right over our camp and had them all drop right dead at our camp. And we gathered them all up and ate them. And we ate so much quail until it was coming out of our ears. And it was saying, well, we were being stuffed and stuffed and stuffed with quail until we died. You know what the Most High did for us in that day? He gave us exactly what we asked for.
Right.
And that is glorious in my sight. Read the precept again.
Hosea 4:14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
There's a lot of you women out there that don't want a man to tell you what you can wear. You ain't no child. You can dress how you want to dress. You don't want someone to tell you who you can have sex with. I can be with whoever I want to be with. I'm grown. He ain't making me happy. If I want to sleep with a man, I can do it. I'm going to make your daughter do the same thing. Since you like that, you like it, right? You like sexual freedom. You like to be able to sleep with whoever you want. Your daughter is going to sleep with whoever she wants to. There are a lot of you brothers out there that love strippers, love prostitutes. You love her. You love a promiscuous woman, and that's why Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion will sell so many records, because that is what you want. If she put on a long dress, she wouldn't get 2 hits on YouTube, and that's a fact. Well, since you love whores and sluts, I'm gonna make your daughter a slut and a whore too. Congratulations, you'll get exactly what you want. Keep going.
When they commit whoredoms, nor your spouses.
Say what?
When they commit whoredom, nor your spouses.
Or your spouse. You love whores, right? I'll make your wife a whore. Congratulations. You haven't seen your wife because of Facebook and what's the websites? Come on. The ones where you go find hoes. Instagram. Find a fish. Does that sound right? Plenty of fish. Bill Gates, they making so much money. White men rich in California making all this money so you can find the same hoes you used to find in a bar. Making, billions of dollars. Billions. Well, if you like whores so much and your wife, you don't touch her. Some of you fools, I'm talking about cats in the world. You don't touch your wife. You don't look at her. She walk by you naked. It's like she ain't even there. You don't see her. Why? Because all you see is the whores you're chasing on Facebook. A lot of your wives are going to know how to get your attention. They're gonna go on Find the Fish. They're gonna go on. Come on. Listen. Next topic. I don't know all that, but you get the point. Let me make it simple. Your wife is a whore. All right. You get that? And why is she a whore? You caused it because you have showed the world that you only pay attention to whores. Well, she's going to get your attention too. And God is going to have her do it. Keep going.
When they commit whoredom, nor your spouses. When they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots.
You get that? Meaning they sacrifice with harlots. They go with a harlot and they worship her God. They sacrifice with her. They go and eat with her, go to church functions with her, go out to the club with her, go eat all of the hot wings in the back of some filthy club with whores. That's where your wife is going to be. And when you get all angry and upset, go through your phone and see how many whores you're chasing in your phone. And that'll tell you why your wife is like that. I'm sorry, we good to go? You died? Can we go ahead? Keep going. You admit it? Somebody else take it for him.
Come. Therefore, the people that does not understand shall fall.
Read that again.
Therefore, the people that does not understand shall fall.
Now, whoever can break this down to me will understand a very commanding General Yohana UPK concept. Read that again.
Come. Therefore,
First, you have to know what therefore means. Who knows what therefore means? That's therefore, young man.
First of all,
Not quite first of all. It's like therefore is like saying, you won't get paid any money, so therefore you lose your apartment. You understand? Your son didn't have any bus fare, therefore he didn't make it to school. What does therefore mean? Because of. That's what therefore means. Because of. Everybody understands?
come.
Okay, go ahead, read it again.
Come. Therefore, the people that does not understand shall fall.
Therefore, the people that don't understand shall fall. Now, I just explained to you what therefore means. Therefore, the people that do not understand will fall. Why will the people who do not understand fall? What does fall mean? Let me get that one from you for a second. What does it mean to fall? Anybody? Fall on him. That's a UPK word. Pagaibawa. Right? What does it mean to make someone fall? I just then gave it to you. For them to fall means for them to die. That's what it means to fall, to die. If somebody has to fall, then they have to die. That's the Lord's will, of course. Everybody understands, right? Why are these people going to fall? Why are they going to die? They're going to die because of, sis. No, not in this case. You're right in general, but not in this case. There's a specific reason why they're falling, which is why the Lord said, therefore, meaning because of. Trooper.
Is it because they continue to sin?
It's not because they continue to sin. You're jumping ahead and you're not seeing what's right in front of you. It's difficult to see because of the world we all grew up in Christianity. But there is a reason that they are falling, and it's right in front of you, officer.
Officer, is it because that's exactly what they want?
Now, you're coming around the corner. You're right there, but I need the exact words in front of you. Why are they going to die? The only people that will live is the people that understand. But someone that doesn't understand, they're going to die because
They're committed to the order?
that's not right in front of you. I'm going to read it, and everybody's going to say, damn, why didn't I see that? Go ahead and read it. Isupk.
Come. Therefore,
Read above it now.
come.
I will not.
I will not punish your daughters.
Say it again.
I will not punish your daughters.
I know you got it now. Read it again.
I will not punish your daughters.
I will not punish your daughters. Go ahead.
When they commit whoredom.
When they act like whores and commit whoredom, I will not punish them. Keep going.
Nor your spouses.
I will not punish your spouse. I will not punish your spouse, meaning your wife. Keep going.
When they commit adultery.
When she commits adultery. Keep going.
For themselves are separated with whores.
Because your wife is separated with a whore. All of her friends are whores. All of them. She eats with them, parties with them, gets high with them. She's separated with those whores. Keep going.
And they sacrifice with harlots.
And they sacrifice with harlots. They eat with them. worship their God. Keep going.
Oh God. Therefore, the people.
Therefore, what does therefore mean, Isupk? Because of. Therefore, in conclusion, because of, go ahead.
The people that does not understand shall fall.
Because of that, the people that don't understand will fall. Isupk, why will the people that don't understand fall?
Because they separated themselves from horse.
Wrong. Come on, breakthrough. You got to have this. There's times in the truth where you got to have a breakthrough from Christianity. You have to break it. I'll give you another one later that'll stump you for a year. Sister.
Is it because they're already living in sin?
Wrong.
It's like it says, it because the Lord will not punish them.
Give him a hand. Listen, now, it's hard. Do you know why they're going to die? Because the Lord won't hurt them. He won't kill adulterers anymore.
Right.
He won't punish whores. And because he doesn't punish whores, therefore, whoredom will increase. And unless you understand, you're going to fall. You're going to die. Why? Because no one gets punished for being a slut anymore.
Right.
No one gets punished for being an adulterous wife anymore. And without punishments to give you incentive not to sin, who will not sin? Oh, it's a rough one, ain't it? Let me tell you something. There was a time in my life, right? Now, of course, I was filthy and in the world, but I knew I wouldn't rob a bank. You understand? I wouldn't go into a bank with a gun. Now, some cats would, and I knew them, and it was horrible. But I would never go into a bank and just strong arm rob a bank. Was it because I loved the American monetary system, and I didn't want to hurt the banking customers? Why would I not rob a bank? Who wants to guess? I read my mind. I didn't want to go to jail for God knows how much time doing a crime that I couldn't see myself getting away with. It seems like you would get caught. You get the point? And there are many of us that don't commit certain crimes because we know that we will, sister, we know we will fall. We know we'll get caught. We'll know we'll go to jail for 25 years. We don't think we can get away with it. And that fear makes you do what? Danielle? Not do it. Well, there was a time when so many women who would commit adultery wouldn't think of it. If they were tempted to commit adultery, they would never do it. There was a time. Why wouldn't they do it, sister? Huh?
They were feared.
They were afraid of getting stoned to death because that's what we did with whores a while ago. They used to dig a hole, put you in the hole, leave your head out of the hole, so they could just stone your head until you died. They would drag you to the city. If you were a whore, they took you and the man and they stoned you to death. Now, I think about dying. I don't know how many rocks would have to hit you to make you actually die. That seems like it would take a long time. And the people would have to have such good aim, or else you just be getting hit with rocks for hours, I would think. Unless you got one of them real Benjamites or Dominicans that could really hum that rock at your head. Them Dominicans will hum that thing right here. And you would hope they would be out there. Otherwise, you just be getting hit in unvital places for like hours until you finally, that's a terrible death, man. That's why they would dig a hole, put you in the hole, leave your head out, just so everybody could just hum them at your head. If you slept with your woman's mother, you got burned to death at a stake. Burned. So there were people that might be attracted to your woman's mom. You might be attracted to another man that's not your husband. You might be attracted to a woman that's another man's wife, but you wouldn't do it because you didn't want to die. Guess what the Most High said he would do? Go back to the top.
Oh God. Verse 14. I will not.
Who will not?
I will not.
Who will not?
I will not.
The Lord said he won't. You want to be whores? I'm not going to hurt them anymore. They'll be free to be the biggest slut in the world. So will your wife. Since you like sluts, since you like whores, I'll make your daughter and your wife a slut and a whore. And because of that, only people that understand will not fall. Because the people that, I almost gave it to you, the people that don't understand, they're going to die because they're going to do it. Because there is no punishment for doing it. You get that concept at least, right? So what is the reason that people will not do it in these days that we're reading about? What's the reason that someone would not commit adultery? You got a woman today that will never cheat on you. It's not because she's afraid of getting killed, because she won't get killed if she cheats on you. Your wife cheats on you, she is going to be celebrated on FM radio and on YouTube clips. She is going to be a woman that was looking for happiness, and she had to choose happiness. She could do bad all by herself. And when she says, yeah, I went and kicked him to the curb, I left my husband. Why? Because I had to be happy. Don't you have 3 kids with him? Yeah, that's true. But I had to be happy. I had to seek my own happiness. Who's going to be the father to your kids? I'm not sure. But I had to get my own happiness. She'll be celebrated for running you out of your children's life. No one will stone her. Your daughter, when your daughter grows up, brother, do you know how many rules there are in school? Where your daughter doesn't even have to tell you if she gets an abortion, if she, it's like I read this list out they sent home with some of my daughters. I said, well, damn, she don't got to tell me anything at all. And there were so many things that you cannot even ask the teacher. Please. It was a list of things like giving this 9-year-old the right of privacy in America, like the freedom of privacy, like the damn Constitution. I wasn't worried about it, however. I don't need rules for my daughters to talk to me. I don't need laws for that. Because if there is a time when the people that don't understand are going to die. So what is the reason that people will not die? Danya Allah. Because they believe. Give them a hand. They have faith. So now without faith you're dead. Because no one will ever stop you from committing a sin. You're not going to be stopped. You're going to be encouraged. Encouraged. You understand? The white man encourages us to go to spring break. And then when you go down there and do exactly what white people do, they shut down the beach, call the cops, and call you an animal. Next question. Any questions in the room, just let me know, all right? Go ahead.
Brother Isupk, sir, can I get a breakdown of who Joseph is in John 19 and 38?
Go ahead.
God, the book of John, chapter 19, verse 38. And after this, Joseph of Arimathea, being a disciple of Yahushua, but secretly for fear of the Jews, besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Yahushua. And Pilate gave him leave.
Let me explain. This Joseph of Arimathea was a disciple of Christ who was afraid for the Jews to know he was. You understand? He was scared. So, and he had money. So he went to Pontius Pilate privately to say, can I get his body? Because he wanted to give him a better burial, a better resting place for his body. But he did it in secret because he didn't want the Jews to know, because of course, the Jews would have killed him. They would have sought to kill him once they found out that he actually cared about this man who they just murdered. And his name was Joseph of Arimathea. Many people in the Bible have the same names because they're honoring great men and women. There are so many Marys in the Bible, it's ridiculous. Mariah is Mary. So many Josephs. So many, give me some more, they're all over the place. All right, to honor those people who were very famous in the past. This particular Joseph was Joseph of Arimathea. That's where he was from. That's the place he was from. Everybody gets it, right?
All right.
All right. Next.
God, sir. Brother Isupk, what's the difference between a general and a king?
A general and a king, that's an extreme difference. A general goes out to war. A king sends a general out to war, right? You have King David, right? King David was the king of Israel, right? At one time. Boab, what's his name? Joab was his general. Joab was at the front, fighting the war, leading the war. A general goes and risks his life at the behest of his lord, who is the king. A general is under a king. A general takes orders from a king. I'll give you the exact concept in America, which is where they got it from. You have the president. He is the king. Then you have his, what's the name of that cat? The head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The Joint Chiefs of Staff are the top generals in America's army. Then there is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. That is the #1 general in the United States military, any branch. Colin Powell was this at one time, meaning he's in charge of every branch of the military. He's the highest ranking person. He's called the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But under him, there are other generals. You have the Joint Chiefs of Staff. You have 3-star generals, 2-star generals, 1-star generals. There's a ton of them, right, in America. But the president is the one who is over them and guides them. In the nation of Israel, we have Yahushua, our king. He is the king of Israel, the Lord of lords, and the king of kings. And Commanding General Yohana answers to him. You understand? Right. That's who Commanding General Yohana answers to, Christ. So with every decision, he got to go somewhere and pray and fast and focus on the Bible to see what the Most High wants him to do through the orders of Christ. And the concept of it is just going into the Bible and making sure this is not against what Christ wants. Making sure this is for Christ. And that is a heavy burden, which I will never carry. But he does. Under him, you have the other generals in the school, right? Under those generals, you have officers. Under those officers, you have troopers. Under those troopers, you have students. And that's the chain of command that's in the Bible, and it lives today in the UPK. Next question. Go ahead.
Just to ask Salakia Adawan, if I may, can I get a breakdown of Psalms 91 verses 1 through 7? If you could help me get a clear understanding of what the show.
Go ahead.
So, book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Now imagine a public place and then a secret place, right? What's the difference between, give me a secret place, name one. Everybody has them. What's a secret place did you have? Secret place, not public place. Come on, trooper.
Your room?
Your room, your house. Give him a hand. Right? In your house, you got a bedroom. Right? That's your sanctum sanctorum. That's Latin, young men. That means your holiest of holy places. Your most private of private places, right? You go in that room, you can take off your clothes, get naked. Right? You can be naked in your room if that's what you want to do. You can. Now, you wouldn't walk down the street naked. You wouldn't go in your living room where everybody eating dinner naked, right? Because that's not a place that is private, right? You're safe in your house. You lock the door behind you. You go in your house, you can relax. Some of you have alarms and everything and guns everywhere. Some of you got it like that, and your house is extra, safe. You can relax in there. You don't feel relaxed in the middle of the street, right? You don't feel the same way because your bedroom is different. It's safe. It's private. Well, the Most High can put you in his safe place. You understand? Well, you are protected. And that place can be anywhere. Anywhere. And he has you hidden. Enemies can't see you. Demons can't see you. You're walking down the block. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Why? Because though I'm in the valley of the shadow of death, I'm in his secret place. They don't notice me. I come and go. Police don't see me driving. They don't notice my car. I come and go as I please. Why? Because he has me hidden from my enemies. Everybody understands.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
I will say to the Lord, he is my refuge. So the same way someone might say, I have to go into a room and lock all the doors. I have to go into some place, or like Edomites do, and dig a big hole out in the desert and get down in it and have a big old, what's those things called? Bomb shelters, so they can feel safe. There's a safe place the Most High builds around you, brother, wherever you are. He can build it right around you, and you'll be in that place wherever you are.
Right.
Keep going.
Carnal concert. My God, in him will I trust.
Everybody gets the point. What's the point of that? I'll trust my God. I'll trust him. I won't trust the fact that I have all the guns, guard dogs, hidden in a bomb shelter. I will trust that I have him and he has me hidden. He is protecting me. He has a fence around me. Everybody understands.
Oh,
Anything else?
Oh, sorry. She went to verse 3 through 7 as well.
Where are we at now?
We're at verse 3 now.
We have more questions?
Oh, yeah, we have more questions.
So, keep going.
Verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snail of the fowler.
I pray you understand that. What's a fowler? A fowler is a bird catcher, right? And they lay nets down different places to catch fowl, right? To catch birds. So imagine traps being set to catch you. Those traps are everywhere if you don't know that by now. Everywhere. They're on the internet. Everywhere there's a trap for you, namely centered around sex and drugs and lust. There's a trap for you outside your door. There's a trap for you at your mom's house. There's a trap for you with your best friend. There's a trap, something laid for you that is designed to destroy you. Those stimulus checks, you're going to hear about them being a trap. It's going to happen. Something that should be a great blessing. If you had sense, it could be a great blessing. If you had knowledge, wisdom, discipline, getting extra money that you didn't expect could be a blessing. Wait till you start killing each other and scamming each other and cheating each other. And wait till your families break up because you received extra money. You lose your family. You lose your relationship with your family members because you received extra money. It's a trap to you. Everybody, I gotta move on for time's sake, so lucky. I know you know about this because you're Black and Hispanic, and you're gonna just hear about 1,000 stories about how getting $20 extra meant somebody got shot. Keep going.
Carnal concert. And from the noisome pestilence.
Noise.
From the noisome pestilence.
Noise, like noise. Say noise.
Noise.
Noisome.
Noisome pestilence.
That's it. And that's important. Why? Because this pestilence does what? Buzz, 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 full of noise. And that noise does what to you? Vex you to death. Like a bee or a fly flying around your head. Flying, landing on you. Buzz, buzz, it drives you out of your damn mind. Like pestilence, bugs, mosquitoes. You go nuts trying to fight them. There's a noisome, a pestilence that makes so much noise that it destroys your peace. Trying to suck your blood and trying to bite you constantly. The Most High can protect you from those things too. And forget about the noisome pestilence you have. That COVID-19 is a noisy pestilence. Everybody's scared to death of it. They only talk about it. That is the only thing anybody talks about. When I see COVID-19, I know why people say, bless you when you sneeze. I know why. Something happened back in the Dark Ages that scared the piss out of them. Now, so much so that if somebody said, Hachu, God bless you, brother. Lord, I hope you don't have that black plague. Lord be with you. So I've coughed in public and I go, Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. Everybody relax. It's just a cough, right? That's all it is. I look up, when I cough, I look up and go, y'all all right? I ain't trying to scare nobody. Because people, in a minute, when you cough, people will go, Lord, bless you, brother. Please don't have that cough. And if you do, get the hell up out of here and let the Lord be with you out here, out there. That's where bless you comes from. People just being vexed and scared to death whenever anybody sneezed in the dark ages. Now, if you cough now, everybody looks up at you and wonders, what in the hell are you doing in here? Noisome pestilence. Forget about the roaches, which will drive you out of your mind. Do people still have roaches like they used to back in the 90s, 80s, and 70s? Lord have mercy, there were some roaches back then. Roaches. Constantly everywhere like a plague. Mice in everything, all the time, everywhere. You buying anything you can to get rid of mice, and none of it works. They tell you to put some mint on top. This nigga told me when I was a kid, when I was young, I had my first apartment. Put spearmint, like peppermint. Peppermint on things. I get little cotton balls of peppermint everywhere. I come out the next morning, it's mouse droppings on the cotton ball of peppermint. I said, that mouse did that just to stick it to me. Like the mouse knew. Nigga think peppermint gonna get me up out of this kitchen. He defecated on the peppermint. I was vexed. Do you understand? I was going out of my mind in that apartment with mice. Noisy, noisome pestilence. Keep going.
Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers.
He shall cover thee. Now this, you see this. This is the metaphor he's giving you. Like a bird or like an angel. He covers you with his feathers. Keep going.
And under his wings shalt thou trust.
You get that? When you under those wings, you trust that he will protect you. You're safe. And let me tell you, man, this knowledge and other knowledge is why we're able to have such courage in the UPK. We don't feel in danger. You feel it, but we don't even think it's anything. We think it's absolutely nothing because we know that we are under his wings. Everybody understands? We good here? 7?
3 more verses, sir.
Not damn, I got to pause here. Next one, I got to move on since for the time. I only got about a half an hour or so, all right? We'll do it the brothers will do it for you in another class, all right? Next.
Sir. Brother says, Salakia, sir. May I have a breakdown of Ezekiel 36 and 26?
Go ahead.
God. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you.
Forget about it. Can you read a little more? How much did he want of this?
Just the general breakdown of Ezekiel 36 and 26.
Keep going.
From God. And I will take away thy stony heart out of your flesh.
Okay, start from the top again.
From God. Verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit.
This is a promise. I'm sorry, bro. This is a promise from the Most High God, and he fulfilled this promise in the UPK. I never thought I would change. Never. I thought I was going to be dead at 24, and it was virtually a guarantee in my mind.
Right.
It was like something that was, I ain't caring about that because I'll be dead by 24 anyway. Oh, I ain't worried about that because I ain't going to live that long anyway. I remember saying that when somebody would say something about old age or something that happened at 50, some repercussion of doing anything. And I say, what? Man, I ain't gonna make it past 24 anyway. So don't even talk to me about something that happens at 50.
Right.
Something that, something you shouldn't do because 20 years from now it has a bad effect. I won't be here anyway. And to think that I changed is an absolute miracle. And God prophesied. He promised it. He said you could change. He said what? Read that again.
A new heart also will I give you.
That's what he said, and he kept his word. And he'll keep it for you. He'll do it. You'll look at yourself with all of your failings and flaws and weaknesses. With all of the things you think you cannot do. And then time will go by and you'll go, oh my God, I don't do those things anymore. I will give you a new heart. I will do it for you. What does that new heart mean? Meaning deep within you, what you really believe, what you really think will change. And he'll give it to you. I will give you a new heart. Go ahead.
From God. And a new spirit.
And a new spirit. I'm sorry. A new spirit. What's your spirit? Your personality. Right. Well, you have a whole personality that came from what? A string of traumas. That's your personality. You think you had a personality, what you like, what you do. Your personality comes from a long list of traumas. And a lot of you had them when you were before memory, 3, 2. You don't even remember the trauma, but you learned from it at 2 years old. And you modified your behavior to suit the trauma. And sometimes you don't even remember the trauma, but the pain, the scar is there. It's like an old scar you see on your arm. You go, how'd you get that? I don't even remember getting that. But there's the scar. That's what's happened in your mind. Please.
You say modify the trauma.
You're a little girl, right? And your father comes in drunk every night. And you're scared to death because he beats your mother when he comes home drunk. And you run outside and say, get off my mom, as he's choking her. And your mother says, mind your business. Get out of here. Your mother says that. You run and you hide in your closet. And you get down there or under your bed. A lot of kids do that when they have a traumatic home. There's like a place you hide under your bed, in your closet, somewhere you feel safe in there. Now you're an adult and you will do the exact same thing. You will be someone that when trauma comes and trouble comes, you do this and you run off. You run off to some place and you get in there and you just shut your mouth and you don't say anything and you do it. Or you're a little girl and you tell your mother you've been molested. And your mother says you're a liar. You're a liar. You never were molested. You're just fast. You're just hot in the ass. You're a hoe. You caused it. And you'll go, I'm a hoe. I am a hoe. And then you will start to hoe and become promiscuous. And you'll think you're having fun. But really, your mother said you were a hoe when you told her that her boyfriend was looking at you, was trying to have sex with you. And then you become just what she told you you were. But it's not because you are it. It's because of trauma. And these things can happen at a young age. Young. Listen, if you can learn, who remembers being potty trained? Raise your hand. Who remembers being potty trained? No one remembers it. But you do use a toilet today, don't you? Do you get my point or not? No one remembers being trained to sit on a toilet. But today, as a grown man, you don't piss in a diaper, which means what? Sometime, a long time ago, someone taught you to not wear diapers and to piss in a potty. Well, what else happened to you that you learned from? Look at your life, and that's how you know. Look at your homosexuality. Look at your drug addiction. Look at your life. You don't remember, but clearly you learned something. You're getting high all day. Clearly the evidence of what you learned is here. It's right in front of you based on your actions. Well, that is your spirit. Here is what is glorious about Yahweh. He can give you a new spirit. I would think it was impossible if it didn't happen. I would think it was no way for me to become somebody different than I was for 23 years. How is it even possible to become a new person in 1 year? To become a brand new person? It's impossible, but it is not. It's not. And if not for living it, I would not have believed it to be true. Keep going.
From God. And I will take away the stony heart.
The what heart?
The stony heart.
The what heart?
The stony heart.
The stony heart. This is what, if I could crystallize what's wrong between us and the Black and Hispanic community, what's wrong between us and our marriages, what's wrong between us and the raising of our children. We have stony hearts for each other, man. Stony hearts. Hearts like stone. Hearts like a rock. We don't feel each other's pain. And that's what happens because of trauma. Once you have so much of your own pain, you don't care about anybody else's because you have your own problems to deal with. You got your own issues. Hey, brother, I need a little help with some money. Man, get a job. I got my own bills to pay. I got my own situations I have to deal with. You suffer so much that you don't care about your people's suffering. And you wonder why we do. You know why we do? Because our hearts are not stony. We feel your pain.
Right.
We feel what you've been through, man. We understand it. I understand every gangbanger, every murderer, every drug dealer, every filthy sexual deviant. I get it. I know how you end up right there. I completely understand, if not for the Most High, how I would be there too. Your life brought you to where you're at right now. I get it. I understand it. Now here's the path out of it. This is what you can do to leave it. Keep going.
Don't come. And I will give you a heart of flesh. Verse 27.
You get that?
And I will put my spirit within you.
The Most High said, I would give you a heart of flesh, man. Flesh. And because your heart is of flesh, your heart does what? It feels. Your heart feels now. We feel for people that have been dead for 1,000 years. The people on these walls. Women that were hung. You should see the new shirt, the t-shirt department under Shalom Warrior. The t-shirt department. Captain Zakar and Captain Yagarwa. They're coming out with a beautiful shirt, man. Let me show you this shirt. Can you put this up on the screen? This is a good shirt about having a heart of flesh. Bear with me, all right. Bobbity bang. Bobbity bang. Put that on the screen. Do I gotta send it to you? Share. These things right there. You know what to do with it, right? Right? We feel people's pain because we don't have hearts made of stone. We have hearts made of flesh. We love each other. We love our brothers and sisters lost in the world because our hearts are not made of stone. You Christians, you got ice cold stone hearts. You don't feel for anybody. You don't care about anything or anybody at all. Keep going.
Don't come. And cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgment.
Don't slow down past that part.
Don't come.
Because that's how you know your heart is made of flesh and not rock, not stone. Because when I give you that fleshly heart, that heart made of flesh that feels, I will cause you to walk in my statutes, not listen to my statutes, not talk about my statutes, but walk in my statutes. What does that mean, trooper? How do you walk in the Most High's statutes? Trooper. Please, you. I'm sorry, this trooper right here.
It's about what you do.
Give him a hand, that's all. Simple thing. One West concept. What you do? You're going to do the Lord's law. You're going to do them. You'll perform them. Because now you finally have a heart made of flesh and not rock. You finally care about people. Prison and child molestation, it makes you not care about anyone, man. The Christian church makes you not care about anyone. Whenever I hear about someone saying slavery is in the past, I know that's someone that doesn't care about anybody. The Spanish conquistadors and what they did in the past. What happened to the North American Indian, that was a long time ago. I know that's someone whose heart is made of stone.
Right.
You don't feel anything. for those brothers and sisters who are long gone and never received justice. We do. We do feel something for them. Keep going.
Come. And cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgment.
And you shall what?
Keep my judgment.
And you shall what?
Keep my judgment.
And you're going to keep my judgments. Why? Because you actually feel for someone. That's why you don't keep the commandments out, because you don't love anybody. That's why. You love yourself. You love your own stomach and your own mouth and your own genitalia. And because of that, no one else can receive any love. Captain Yagarwab, he called me, and brother, he was in a frenzy. He said he saw a movie about, what is that sister's name? The sister who sung the song Strange Fruit.
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday. He saw a Billie Holiday movie that moved him to such anger for what happened to this woman who has been dead for what, 40 years, 30 years? And what happened to her in the 30s moved him. This woman who has been gone, who no one cares about. This woman who you can't get high about, you can't have sex with. She's gone. Yagarwab still loves her, still feels for her. And he went and made this shirt. This is some random sister. There's many of them. We could have used 1,000 different pictures. Billie Holiday was out during the time she was around, I think in the 30s. And she had a song called Strange Fruit. And because she would sing this song at concerts, the FBI was hunting her and setting her up and trying to entrap her with crime to put her in jail. Because they believed that if Billie Holiday sung this song, she would enrage the black community, and the black community would rise up against America. So they would constantly try to plant things on her. They sent spies and snitches on her band and into her entourage to find ways to entrap her so she could go to jail because she sung a song about black people being hung in the South. That's it. And then she went through her life poor and dying and couldn't work and couldn't do shows and couldn't earn money and drunk herself to death. I think she was dead at 40. She was gone. Yagarwab didn't forget her. Yagarwab remembers her. Yagarwab cares, right? Yagarwab is One West. And that is what we feel for the people who are murdered, for the people who are lynched. Now you say we're in the past. You say we're a cult. You say we're a radical. I say we actually know how to love and you don't. Let's wrap it. Last question. Let's go.
Come on, sir. Question is, does the law of divorce still hold fast or stand?
It doesn't hold fast in this school because it doesn't stand with Christ. Give me the last precept. Christ said, Moses told you, I know where it is, right? Moses gave you a bill of divorce. He said, put her away. But I say unto you, give me that last precept, all right? The law of divorce was never done the way God wanted it done, ever. It has never happened, right? When Moses allowed people to divorce, it was because Moses could not find any other way to make you not kill each other. And that's the burden. I know it myself from being a judge in Israel. There are some married couples out, and I counsel them, and I counsel them, and I counsel them. And I begin to see that these two idiots just refuse to forgive each other. They just won't. And I tell them, and I talk to them, and I listen to them, and I go, why won't you just forgive each other? And you will not forgive each other. And it always harkens my mind back to Moses when he looked at them and said, well, this brother's going to kill her. He's going to kill her. And he looked at this sister and said, she is going to pour hot chicken grease on his face. You know what? Leave each other. Just, you don't want to be with each other? Fine. Just go. And that's what Moses did. But the Most High never wanted it to be so. Never. I'll pull it to you. I'll pull it for you in the Bible. Do you have this, Carl?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 8. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart.
Read above it.
Come, verse
I'm
7.
sorry. Yeah. No, I think you're fine. You're right. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 8. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wife.
They came to Christ and they said, listen, man, I'm giving you in a nutshell what they were saying. I'm summing it up for you. You are here saying that people shouldn't divorce, but Moses said we can divorce because Moses absolutely said, if you find some uncleanness in your wife, write a bill of divorce, give it to her, and let her go out of your house. Moses absolutely said you could do that. That is true. Here's why. Here's why he said it. Read again.
Come. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart.
Because of what?
The hardness of your heart.
Because of what?
The hardness of your heart.
I think we went through that today.
Right.
Because of the hardness of your hearts. Because your hearts were like rock, were like stone. Because of that, go ahead.
Because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wife.
You know what suffered means? Suffered means allowed. Because your heart was so hard, Moses allowed you to divorce because some of you just won't have it any other way. And if you force them to stay together, they'll kill each other. They'll fight each other. That's because you're sick in your stupid head. Let me tell you what some good people used to do. The older brother might remember this. You know, there were couples that would stay together for the kids. That used to happen, brother.
Right.
People that stay together 40 years. You look at some couple and go, you put their picture on Facebook. They've been together 40 years. They wanted to leave each other 10 years into it, 2 years into it. But you know what they said? For these children, we're going to stay together because we want to give them a home. We don't want them to be in a broken home. And they'll stay together for 40 years for the children. Let me tell you what else you could do if you want to take your righteousness to another level. If you could stay together for the kids, couldn't you not argue for the kids? Couldn't you forgive each other for the kids? Couldn't you, even though you mad as hell, when the kids are around, couldn't you go, okay, baby, I love you. If you can stay in the same house 40 years with some bitch you hate and some nigga you can't stand, couldn't you not argue for the kids? What if you took the concept all the way to completion? We're gonna stay together for the kids. We ain't gonna fight in front of the kids. We ain't gonna argue for the kids. We're gonna forgive each other for the kids. You know what you'll have? 50 years together. Do you know? Let me look up this. I got to get the hell out of here. But someone look up the history of the marriage ceremony. Look it up for me. You can find it anywhere on Wikipedia, anywhere. It's so common. Everyone knows about, I'm sorry, not ceremony, anniversaries. The history of the marriage ceremony. Not ceremony. Anniversary. The history of marriage anniversaries. Now, of course, how do people celebrate marriage anniversaries today? Every year. How many of y'all out there have celebrated anniversaries with somebody you eventually break up with? That's a real terrible thing. Like, you got a woman, you celebrate a 1-year anniversary, a 2-year anniversary, and then the marriage is over. Like, that's real sick to celebrate a ton of anniversaries with a marriage that is ending and gonna end. Do you know how many anniversaries that woman you would have celebrated with niggas? You don't know, do you? She didn't celebrate anniversaries with a ton of niggas. Excuse my language. I don't mean to reveal this to you if you never knew this, but when she was with him, they was getting balloons on the 1-year anniversary. Chocolates on the 2-year. Then it was over. Now she eating your chocolates and your balloons. So if this anniversary meant a thing, then why didn't she stay with him? You see the problem, right? Let me tell you how it used to be. Do you have it? It has 25 years up there. That's where it comes from. You can't find it?
Slugging, sir.
Go ahead.
I have the one from Wikipedia.
Does it talk about the 25 years where it comes from in the Dark Ages?
La, sir.
No problem. You have it up in the back?
Slug, if I could, it says medieval Germany, 25 years, 50 here. Just probably it.
Yeah, give me that. Put it up. Tell them where it is and put it up on the screen.
It's on sorry,
So, you know what? If you can't do it, I got to roll, all right? Just read it for me right here. I don't have a lot of time.
come on.
Go ahead. It's on my phone. You have, this is the one you have?
I got this.
Is that the same one? Read that one. Go ahead. Now let me show you where you could go if your heart wasn't made of stone. Read it nice and loud.
The modern tradition may have originated in medieval Germany.
So now you know every year people celebrate happy anniversary, right? And that's common and it's not a sin. But I'm just telling you where you could go if you took this concept. If you took the concept of celebrating anniversary all the way there, this is where you could go with it. Go ahead.
Where if a married couple lived to celebrate the 25th anniversary.
The what?
The 25th anniversary.
The what?
25th anniversary.
Let me tell you what they used to do back in a long time ago in the Dark Ages. If a married couple made it to 25 years, if they did that, go ahead.
Anniversary of their wedding, the wife was presented by her friends and neighbors with a silver wreath.
Can everyone hear you? Come closer and louder, please. From the top.
The modern tradition may have originated in medieval Germany, where if a married couple lived to celebrate the 25th anniversary of their wedding, the wife was presented by her friends and neighbors with a silver wreath.
If a wife made it to 25 years of marriage, her friends brought her out a silver wreath because that's something to be celebrated in a world where you can divorce someone because you ain't happy. Oh, they celebrated that. 25 years. Go ahead.
To congratulate them for the good fortune that had prolonged the lives of the couple for so many years.
Prolonged the what?
The lives of the couple for so many years.
What were they celebrating? You have lived. You done lived for 25. Nobody's dead. Nobody died. Let's celebrate. Any more?
On the celebration of the 50th, the wife received a wreath of gold.
On the celebration of the what?
The 50th.
The what?
The 50th.
The what?
The 50th.
That's 5-0, young man. 5-0. You understand? Marriages don't last today because you don't know how to love. And guess what? You think it's a miracle you've been with the bitch 6 months. And guess what? It is. Excuse my language. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm just speaking about in general with someone if that's what he chooses to call his wife. All right? It's a miracle when it shouldn't be. Is it? Hell, it might be a miracle. It might be reason to celebrate. That's enough. I ain't saying you can celebrate it because it might be a damn miracle that you was able to last 2 weeks with her. Marriages end because you don't forgive. Moses said you can leave your wife because he knew you refused to forgive. You refuse to let anything go, to put it in the past, and you damn sure don't love your children enough to modify your behavior at all in front of them or anything. Isupk, please wrap me up.
Come. But from the beginning, it was not so.
From what?
From the beginning, it was not so.
Moses said you could do it, but from the beginning, from Genesis, it was not so. The Lord doesn't want you to leave each other. Moses let you leave each other, but because he knew your hearts could never forgive each other. But the Most High never wanted you to leave each other. Keep going.
Come. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife.
This is what Christ said. Whoever does this, whoever puts away his wife. Keep going.
Except it be for fornication.
Except for fornication. If your wife is a whore, you can leave her out. Not only can you leave her, you must. You have to. Do not stay with a woman who committed adultery of. You're going to kill her by mistake. Leave her alone. Let her go. Let her go be with whoever she wants to be with. Don't fight it. Don't try to stop it. That's her. She has a new husband, and it's not you. You get up out of that house. Stop calling her. Don't stalk her. Leave her alone. She doesn't want to be with you. Don't be a simpleton. Don't be some weak sodomite who's crying and sitting in your car in the rain in front of her job. Don't do that. You find out your wife is a whore, goodbye. Shalom. Leave her. Keep going.
Don't come. And shall marry another.
But if you leave your woman who is not a whore, who didn't fornicate, who didn't commit adultery, if you leave her and marry another woman, keep going,
Committed adultery.
then you committed adultery. Now, what's the process I just described? You have a woman, but you want to be with somebody else. So you leave this woman to be with somebody else. Who does that? IUIC, give him a hand. The IUIC are a bunch of adulterers because they marry a woman, have sex with a woman, then leave her to marry another woman. Who else does it? The Christian church.
Right.
Who else does it? The Catholics. Who else does it? The Muslims. This entire world outside of this holy place, if they fall in love with you, they better not fall in love with nobody else. Because the minute they meet somebody else, they're going to sit you down and say, baby, it's over. I met somebody. I know we're going to be co-parenting. You know what a disgusting word is, co-parenting? Even in my mouth, it hurts. What the hell is co-parenting? It feels like some legal snake word, like for lawyers. What are we doing? We co-parenting. What is that in place of? A family? Huh? So in place of a family, what do I have? Co-parents? Listen, I gotta go. All right. Now with that, pass the class over to police officer down y'all. Oh, what one, y'all? Baruch.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Come. Somebody lock me out.
Go, go.
ISUPK security announcement. We the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command of General Yohana. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Taj was a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew. My Asherah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you, give to the teacher or give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Up and coming holy convocation, which is the Passover, which would be April 24th, sundown. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear all black boot, shirt, pants, headband, or a scarf. And with that, I imagine, which means stand. Just the brothers. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, I imagine, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham, Yajamatah, Sar, sisters, I imagine, which means stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give a sister one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, I imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alatham, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Yajamatah, class dismissed.